Далеко уже взял свою команду Джонса. Все, он моей команде. My team has global. Great, get up. Sorry, it's a Jones thing, Tom.
Next fight, who is it? It's going to be Makachev. I'm almost certain, which is good. I'm going to get back for Volk, and then don't know where at this point, but it will be this year.
October in Abu Dhabi may be the time and location that they fight. Makhachev has fought there 4 times in the past in the UFC against Volkanovski, Oliveira, Dan Hooker, and Davi Hamosh. Balaji Oki has a new opponent for Saturday. Michael as well. Oki's original opponent, Markel Medeiros, is out, so as well replaces him. Oki is 1-1 in the UFC since coming off the Contender Series. Michael as well makes his UFC debut on 4 days' notice. As well, fought on the Contender Series as well, but it didn't go as well as Oki. He lost by decision. Andre Lima going to be taking on Felipe Bunes August 2nd at the UFC Apex in Vegas. Sean completely quit the weed, completely off Instagram, Snapchat, X. Now he's not thinking about that stuff at all. I think he's a lot more at peace is what Tim Welch says about O'Malley. Will that make a difference in the fight? Maybe, maybe not. I'll go with Merab by decision again, but O'Malley only needs to make a couple adjustments to win the fight. It was 3-2 on the scorecards. He'll probably go the distance again. It just depends on how these particular judges view the scoring and interpret the scoring criteria. O'Malley also thinks he's going to do better in this fight against Merab because going into the first fight at UFC 306, he said he had a torn labrum in his left hip. He got the injury around 10 weeks before the fight, but he decided to go through with the fight still. He said that the injury hindered his grappling during training camp, limiting his wrestling preparation, and he underwent hip surgery in October.
To be honest, like, in the fight, I didn't feel like it was it wasn't as big of a deal as it was the preparation leading up to the fight. I wasn't able to do what needs to be done to fight someone like Merab Dvalishvili. And that's wrestle. Wrestle, grapple, wrestle, grapple, wrestle, grapple every day for 12 weeks. You know, and that's right. What I should have done last fight camp, but I just wasn't able to. I was lucky to get one grappling session in a week last camp. Still confident, still walked into that cage like I was going to knock Merab out, but just didn't have the preparation that was needed. And with this camp, I was able to do that. I was able to do what's needed to be done to beat a guy like that.
Seems like O'Malley's overcompensating for not being able to grapple his first camp against Merab. He's doing that more than anything this time out.
Camps, every training camp you go through, you get a little bit better. You get a little bit better. And this training camp has been a long training camp. It's been just a lot of grappling. It's a lot of grappling. That's all we've been doing. And it's you know, when you're doing that 5-6 days a week, you're gonna improve. And we've been in camp for a long time now. I think we did about 12-13 weeks of you know, focusing on Merab, focusing on getting better in that area. It's been a long camp, and I've definitely improved.
So they don't call Merab the machine for nothing, right? This dude's riding a 12-fight win streak. Specifically, what do you think you have to do to end that streak and get that strap back next week?
I got to win the first 3 rounds, and I got to win the last 2 rounds. I got to break the machine. I got to beat him. You know, I gotta win the positions, and I know I can beat Merab. He's open to be getting knocked out. You know, I'm very confident that I could put his lights out. I'm also confident I could beat him in a 5-round fight.
Jimmy Crute signs a 4-fight deal with the UFC. His first fight under that contract is taken on Marcin Praknio, UFC 318. Shavkat Rakhmonov is back training with Islam Makhachev getting the next title shot. Rakhmonov may be taking on Bilal Muhammad next. John Jones says, I barely watch the UFC these days unless it's my weight class. It's a lot of people we don't know. You hear that a lot from people, which is an interesting contradiction. The UFC has never been more popular as it is today, but you hear a lot of people saying, I barely watch it. Haider Emil, who's 11-0, signs a new contract with the UFC. He says he's feeling grateful for all the birthday love. Today I received the ultimate gift, a new UFC contract. Get ready for what's next. Emil's coming off win over William Gomes. He was an underdog in that fight, but he just kept marching forward nonstop. Gomes got a little tired and ended up losing a split decision in that one. UFC Nashville tickets are on sale now. That's Derek Lewis versus Talshin Teixeira in a heavyweight contest July 12th at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Talshin Teixeira is getting a UFC main event in his second UFC fight. Tickets on sale now from between $104 and $552, so a little cheaper than normal. Teixeira's 25, 6'7", 83-inch reach, 8 wins. All 8 are finishes. He's the favorite over Lewis, but Lewis has a lot of experience. He has 40 fights. Teixeira has 8. Will that experience come into play? We'll find out July 12th. Some people confuse him with Derek Lewis, but Jair Senior Rosenstruik is not Lewis, and he's not in the UFC anymore. He's in Dirty Boxing, Mike Perry's promotion. He's fighting June 14th. John Jones is also a part owner with Mike Perry in Dirty Boxing Championship. Perry also has a soft spot in his heart for John Jones because he met his wife through Jones.
So, man, I walked in the Posh nightclub in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was out there training at Jackson Wink. John was teaching me some things, man. I went out to go hang out with him. And it was still pretty dead in the club, and it was just John and my wife, Latori, my now wife. And I think there might have been a couple other people, but John saw me come in. I was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, Dad. And he grabbed our hands, put us together, and I picked her up, and I took her home.
Just like that.
I think I got her a cranberry and vodka first, and then I took her home.
Nate Diaz says he wants to fight Bilal Muhammad, thinks he'd beat him. Diaz wants to return to the UFC this year. Nick Diaz also was supposed to fight Luque not that long ago, but Diaz pulled out of that one.
Who do you got on this fight, Nate?
I don't know the other guy. They don't fight Bilal's ass. This guy's like good, but I think I'd beat the shit out of Bilal Muhammad. Can I get some backup over here? What's up, bro? Game on.
There's a shooting
Not
right
anymore.
there.
Not anymore.
I think this guy's. I think he's gonna break.
Keep your dress.
He's sweating.
Get up on him, bro. Get up on him. Hello.